If you want to lose body fat, you actually need to extend the period of time that you're not eating. In other words, extend your fasting period and get rid of all the snacks.
Meet Dr. Jason Fung, a Canadian nephrologist, functional medicine advocate, and New York Times best-selling author. Trained in Los Angeles and Toronto, he is renowned for his groundbreaking work in reversing obesity, type 2 diabetes, and other chronic diseases through natural dietary strategies like intermittent fasting. Dr. Fung's books, including The Obesity Code, The Diabetes Code, and The Complete Guide to Fasting, have transformed the way people approach health. He is also the co-founder of the Fasting Method, a program helping individuals achieve weight loss and better health naturally. In this video featuring Dr. Fung, we'll reveal the 6 powerful drinks that ignite metabolism, crush cravings, and unlock your body's healing potential. Green tea.
Green tea is brewed from the dried leaves of the tea plant, which is Camellia sinensis. And it contains these natural phytochemicals that vary in concentration. The predominant constituent of green tea, up to about 35% of its dry weight, are chemicals called polyphenols, and the majority, 60 to 80% of these are known as the catechins. Black tea, because of the fermentation, contains half or less of these catechins. In green tea, the most abundant catechin is called EGCG and is considered to be sort of the active ingredient in most of the effects of green tea. And of note, the food often blunts the absorption of these green tea catechins into the circulation, and each cup might give you 50 to 100 milligrams of this EGCG. There's been a number of studies over the past few years that have pointed to a small but still favorable, important benefit for weight loss. A meta-analysis recently done showed that on average, there is an additional 1.3 kilograms of weight loss in people who drink green tea often compared to those who didn't. And there's some good reasons why green tea might have a beneficial effect on weight loss, and I'm going to go over 4 of them. Number 1, increased energy expenditure. Energy expenditure is the amount of energy that we burn, and it's not simply exercise, it's the energy that's required to power our brains, our hearts, our lungs, our kidneys, and that kind of thing. And if you increase the metabolic rate, such as with the sympathetic nervous system, then your body may burn more calories. And if you burn more calories, that's going to be a bit of a tailwind in your fight to lose weight. The second way green tea can help is by increasing fat oxidation. And this simply means that you're going to increase the rate of fat burning. When the sympathetic tone is increased, it helps mobilize the body fat because it's a stimulus telling the body, saying, hey, you need to get energy out into the system, push the energy out into the blood so we can either fight or run away. And that increases fat burning because fat is a stored form of energy. And the most accessible way that we have for this fat is in the abdominal areas. So it's important because this is also the more dangerous type of fat. In this 2009 randomized controlled trial, researchers found that green tea reduced waist circumference, which is very important because it reflects that more dangerous abdominal or visceral fat. Third, green tea catechins may reduce nutrient absorption. Green tea catechins inhibit glucose absorption by inhibiting one of the key digestive enzymes. In particular, these are called alpha amylase and alpha glucosidase. And these enzymes are important because when you eat carbohydrates, your body's going to break it down into glucose and absorb it. If it doesn't break it down into glucose, it doesn't get absorbed as quickly. And the amylases and glucosidases are these hormones that are important for breaking it down. In a 2006 randomized controlled trial, a mixture of green tea, black tea, and mulberry tea actually reduced the absorption of glucose by 25%, when given with a high carb load, which in this case was rice, because many of these studies are done in Asia, and that is the predominant carbohydrate there. And fourth, green tea catechins may actually reduce hunger. One of the things that controls hunger is not simply how long we have eaten for, but is induced by a hormone called ghrelin. And ghrelin is called the hunger hormone. The higher it is, the more hungry we are going to be. And one of these trials from 2016 showed that one of the effects of these green tea catechins is to reduce ghrelin. Lower ghrelin equals less hunger equals we eat less.
Green tea is packed with powerful compounds that work with the body to support fat burning, metabolism, and cellular repair. According to Dr. Fung, green tea contains a unique antioxidant called epigallocatechin gallate. This compound plays a key role in increasing the body's ability to break down fat and use it for energy. He explains that epigallocatechin gallate works by enhancing the effects of a hormone that signals the body to burn fat. Essentially, when you drink green tea, your body gets better at mobilizing stored fat and converting it into fuel. Another way green tea helps with weight loss is by boosting metabolism. One of the biggest challenges people face when trying to lose weight is maintaining a fast and efficient metabolism. Many people experience a slow metabolism due to poor diet choices, a sedentary lifestyle, or underlying metabolic issues like insulin resistance. But the catechins and caffeine in green tea can slightly increase daily calorie burning, making it easier to maintain a healthy weight over time. Beyond fat burning, green tea is also known for its anti-inflammatory properties. Chronic inflammation is a major factor behind many diseases, including obesity, diabetes, and heart disease. Dr. Fung points out that by reducing inflammation, green tea helps improve overall health, allowing the body to function optimally. When your body is in a low inflammatory state, it is much easier to lose weight and maintain good metabolic health. A review published in the Cochrane database of systematic reviews analyzed multiple studies on green tea and weight loss. The review included randomized controlled trials that followed overweight or obese participants who consumed green tea over several weeks. The results showed that green tea helped participants lose more weight compared to those who didn't drink it. Interestingly, the study also examined how green tea affected different body measurements over time. Participants were observed at 6 weeks, 12 weeks, and 14 weeks to assess changes in weight, body mass index, and waist circumference. The findings indicated that while green tea had a noticeable impact on fat loss, its greatest benefits came from its ability to help maintain weight loss, rather than just inducing rapid weight reduction. In other words, people who drank green tea regularly were less likely to regain the weight they had lost, making it an excellent long-term strategy for weight management. Dr. Fung reassures that drinking green tea in moderate amounts, around 2 to 4 cups a day, is generally safe and beneficial. However, people sensitive to caffeine should opt for decaffeinated green tea, which still contains powerful catechins without the stimulant effects. Another crucial aspect that Dr. Fung emphasizes is the quality of green tea. Many store-bought teas contain additives, artificial flavors, and low-quality tea leaves that may not provide the same benefits as pure, high-quality green tea. He recommends choosing organic, loose-leaf green tea or high-quality green tea bags to ensure you're getting the maximum health benefits. To get the best results, Dr. Fung suggests drinking green tea without sugar or milk, as added sugars can spike insulin levels and reduce the fat-burning effects of fasting. If you prefer some flavor, you can add a squeeze of lemon, which may enhance the absorption of antioxidants. Black coffee.
You can try is allowing coffee. So black coffees are good, and it contains a lot more caffeine than teas. So some people find it very useful, and also a lot of people are very addicted to or used to having coffee in their system, so that they find it very useful to maintain that normal rhythm when they're eating or when they're fasting. So coffee and a little bit of cream is okay. Both teas and coffees, when it's hot, are great as iced variations as well.
Many people drink coffee daily, but few realize just how effective it can be for burning fat and helping the body heal. According to Dr. Fung, coffee isn't just an energy booster. It actively supports metabolism, enhances fasting, and promotes cellular repair. One of the main reasons coffee helps with fat loss is its caffeine content. Caffeine is a natural stimulant that signals the body to release stored fat and use it for energy. Dr. Fung explains that when you drink black coffee, It increases levels of epinephrine, adrenaline, a hormone that helps break down fat cells and move them into the bloodstream, where they can be burned as fuel. This makes coffee an excellent companion to fasting, as it helps the body switch from burning carbohydrates to burning stored fat. Another key benefit of black coffee is its ability to boost metabolism. Many people struggle with slow metabolism due to age, lifestyle, or hormonal imbalances. Dr. Fung notes that coffee can increase calorie burning by 3 to 11%, making it easier to lose weight over time. This metabolic boost is especially helpful for people who hit weight loss plateaus or feel like their bodies aren't responding to diet changes. Coffee also has deep healing properties. One of the most important ways it helps the body is through autophagy, a natural process where the body cleans out damaged cells and regenerates healthier ones. Dr. Fung explains that coffee stimulates autophagy, which is crucial for slowing aging, reducing inflammation, and protecting against diseases like diabetes and Alzheimer's. The polyphenols in coffee act as antioxidants, which fight oxidative stress and support overall cellular health. However, quality matters. Dr. Fung warns against adding sugar, milk, or artificial creamers to coffee, as they spike insulin levels and interfere with fat burning. Instead, he advises drinking plain black coffee or adding a dash of cinnamon for extra flavor without breaking a fast. Choosing organic, high-quality coffee beans is also important, as many commercial brands contain pesticides and toxins that can harm the body over time. A study published in the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition analyzed the relationship between caffeine intake and weight loss maintenance. Researchers followed a group of participants over an extended period and measured their progress at 6 weeks, 12 weeks, and beyond. They found that those who regularly consumed higher amounts of caffeine had significantly better weight loss results compared to those who didn't. The study suggested that caffeine played a role in preventing weight regain, meaning that people who drank coffee were able to keep the weight off more easily. The study also explored why coffee was effective for weight maintenance. The researchers found that caffeine enhanced fat oxidation, meaning it helped the body break down fat more efficiently. They also noted that coffee drinkers tended to have higher energy levels and increased physical activity, which naturally led to better weight control. While black coffee offers many benefits, it's important to be mindful of how much you drink. Dr. Fung advises keeping coffee consumption moderate, around 1 to 3 cups per day, to avoid issues like sleep disruption or jitteriness. He also suggests drinking it earlier in the day, as consuming caffeine too late can interfere with deep sleep, which is crucial for fat loss and overall health. Bone broth. The next drink Dr. Jason Fung recommends for burning fat and helping the body heal is bone broth. This warm, nutrient-rich liquid is packed with essential minerals, collagen, and amino acids, making it a powerful addition to any diet, especially for those practicing fasting or looking to improve their metabolism.
A lot of people ask about bulletproof coffee and MCT oils again. So you've got calories, but you've got very little insulin effect. So again, if your point is to try and lower insulin effect for weight loss, for diabetes, hey, that's great. Then you are going to be able to take the bulletproof coffee or MCT oil and still get like the lowering of insulin that you want. So keeping your goals in mind, you'd say, okay, well, that'd be perfectly fine for type 2 diabetes, bone broth, and typically we'll use bone broth for more longer fast, 36 hours plus.
Bone broth. And bone broth is clearly a type of food in that it has proteins, often it has fats, and also some calories. However, the amount is very small. So while it's not a true fast, you can use it to help suppress the hunger. You can use it to go longer periods of time. And by doing that, you can sometimes get excellent results in terms of blood sugars and weight loss. Homemade broths are what we recommend here, using bone. If you don't want to use bones, you can use vegetable broths, but try to avoid canned broths that tend to have a lot of processing, bouillon cubes, MSG, that kind of thing. It's better to make your own and use the bones, use the vegetables, use herbs. Some people also add some vinegar into the mix as well.
Unlike many processed foods that can spike blood sugar and disrupt fat burning, bone broth is low in calories but high in protein, helping to keep the body in a fat-burning state, while also providing important nutrients for overall health. Bone broth is also an excellent hunger suppressant, which is particularly helpful for people following intermittent fasting. Dr. Fung explains that one of the biggest struggles with fasting is dealing with hunger pangs, and bone broth can be a natural solution. Since it contains essential amino acids like glycine and proline, it helps signal to the body that it is being nourished. reducing cravings and making fasting periods easier to maintain. At the same time, it helps prevent muscle loss, which is a common concern when people try to lose weight. Another important benefit of bone broth is its ability to support gut health. Dr. Fung often emphasizes that a healthy gut is crucial for overall metabolism and immune function. The gelatin in bone broth helps protect and repair the gut lining, reducing inflammation and making it easier for the body to absorb nutrients. This is especially beneficial for people with digestive issues, bloating, or leaky gut syndrome. By keeping the gut healthy, bone broth indirectly helps regulate metabolism and fat-burning processes in the body. Apart from that, another standout features of bone broth is its high mineral content. Dr. Fung explains that many people are deficient in important minerals like calcium, magnesium, and iron, which play key roles in metabolism and energy production. Unlike synthetic supplements, bone broth provides these minerals in a form that is easy for the body to absorb. Magnesium, in particular, helps regulate blood sugar levels and improves insulin sensitivity, making it an important nutrient for those trying to lose weight. A study published in the Mongolian Journal of Agricultural Science examined the nutritional value of concentrated bone broth. They found that bone broth is an excellent source of calcium, magnesium, and iron, which are essential for bone health, muscle function, and energy metabolism. The study observed participants over several weeks and measured their nutrient absorption levels. Researchers noted that individuals who consumed bone broth regularly had higher levels of essential amino acids, which play a critical role in metabolism and muscle maintenance. Making bone broth at home is simple and cost-effective. Dr. Fung recommends using leftover bones from chicken, beef, or fish and simmering them for 12 to 24 hours with water, apple cider vinegar, and seasonings. The slow cooking process extracts all the beneficial nutrients from the bones, creating a rich and flavorful broth. Some people also like to add vegetables like onions, carrots, and garlic for extra nutrition. If making bone broth from scratch isn't an option, there are high-quality store-bought versions available, but it's important to choose organic, preservative-free options. Salted water.
Most of us think that eating a low-salt diet is really good for you. So it may come as a surprise that the Institute of Medicine in 2013 actually came out with a statement that when they focus on studies looking at the connection between salt and heart disease, that one, a low salt diet was likely not helpful in most people, and two, even more surprising, is that if you have heart disease, it may actually be harmful to you. And if you have heart disease, those are precisely the people who are often trying to eat a low salt diet. So what is this concern? In fact, this concern dates back to an editorial in the New England Journal of Medicine in 1972. And the concern was that you can perhaps lower blood pressure a little bit by eating a low-salt diet, although that is also questionable if you look back at our first video on salt. However, there are other things that go up when you eat a low-salt diet. If you measure certain hormones, you can see that renin, for example, goes up 3.6 times above normal when you eat a low-salt diet. The serum aldosterone goes up by 3.2%, but you also see rises in sympathetic tone, noradrenaline and adrenaline, as well as cholesterol, triglycerides, and angiotensin. If you look at insulin resistance as well, it appears that there is also an association between eating a low-salt diet and higher levels of insulin resistance. So why is this important? Because for heart disease, blood pressure is only one of the risk factors for developing these health conditions, but higher levels of these hormones are also quite deleterious. In fact, blocking these hormones forms the very basis of our modern treatment for atherosclerosis. To prevent those heart attacks, strokes, we use medications to block angiotensin. A low-salt diet raises angiotensin. We use beta blockers to block adrenaline, noradrenaline, and sympathetic nervous system, whereas the low-salt diet is going to raise those. We use medications to lower cholesterol. We use medications to lower insulin, and those are also things that go up with a low-salt diet. So, in fact, it's not simply a low-salt diet can lower your blood pressure. It's a trade-off in that you can lower blood pressure perhaps a little bit, but you're going to pay for that with an increase in these other hormones.
Dr. Fung explains that when the body shifts from burning sugar to burning stored fat for energy, it can sometimes cause side effects like fatigue, headaches, and dizziness. This happens because fasting and low-carb diets cause the body to lose water and important minerals, including sodium, which is crucial for maintaining balance in the body. One simple but powerful solution that Dr. Fung recommends is salted water, just water with added salt. While it may not sound like much, this drink plays a huge role in keeping your body energized, supporting fat burning, and preventing dehydration during fasting. Dr. Fung emphasizes that sodium is one of the most important electrolytes for maintaining hydration. When you fast or reduce your carbohydrate intake, your body starts shedding excess water, which also flushes out sodium. Without enough sodium, the body struggles to hold on to water, leading to dehydration and fatigue. He explains that many people mistakenly believe they are just feeling tired or weak due to a lack of food, but in reality, they are suffering from electrolyte imbalance. Drinking salted water restores sodium levels and helps the body function properly, making fasting much easier. Salted water is also important for keeping your metabolism active. He explains that when your body is dehydrated and low on sodium, it slows down metabolism to conserve energy. This means that even if you're fasting, you might not be burning fat as efficiently as you could be. Drinking salted water helps regulate your metabolism, allowing your body to keep burning fat at an optimal rate. A study published in the European Journal of Applied Physiology looked at how salt water affects hydration and performance in athletes. The researchers studied a group of mixed martial arts athletes who were undergoing rapid weight loss by restricting fluids and using hot water immersion to sweat out excess water. Some of the athletes used fresh water, while others used salted water for hydration. The study found that those who consumed salt water had better hydration levels and were able to recover faster compared to those who only drank fresh water. Their bodies retained more fluids, and they experienced less fatigue and muscle weakness. Additionally, the study found that athletes who consumed salt water had better sodium levels and plasma volume, which helped them perform at a higher level. Drinking salted water is easy. Dr. Fung suggests adding a pinch of high-quality salt, such as sea salt or Himalayan salt, to a glass of water and drinking it during fasting periods. This simple step helps restore sodium levels, prevents fatigue, and allows the body to continue burning fat without interruptions. Red wine. Most alcoholic drinks disrupt metabolism and lead to fat storage. But red wine is one exception, but only when consumed in moderation. According to Dr. Fung, red wine has unique properties that make it different from other alcoholic beverages, allowing it to fit into a healthy lifestyle without spiking insulin levels or slowing down fat burning. One of the reasons red wine is less harmful to metabolism compared to beer or sugary cocktails is that it doesn't cause a major insulin spike. He explains that when insulin levels rise, the body stops burning fat and starts storing it instead. Most alcoholic drinks, especially sweet mixed drinks, trigger insulin production, which makes it harder to stay in fat-burning mode. However, red wine has very little effect on insulin, allowing the body to keep burning fat while enjoying a drink in moderation. He also points out that red wine contains a special antioxidant called resveratrol, which may actually help boost metabolic health and support fat burning. Resveratrol is found in the skin of red grapes and has been linked to better insulin sensitivity, reduced inflammation, and improved fat oxidation. This means that, unlike other alcoholic drinks that promote weight gain, red wine, when consumed responsibly, may actually help the body use fat more efficiently. However, Dr. Fung strongly emphasizes that moderation is key. While a small amount of red wine may have benefits, drinking too much can slow metabolism, impair fat burning, and increase the risk of weight gain. He warns that excessive alcohol consumption makes the liver prioritize alcohol metabolism over fat metabolism, meaning that instead of burning stored fat, the body focuses on breaking down alcohol first. This can lead to fat accumulation, especially around the abdomen, if red wine is consumed in large amounts. A study published in the International Journal of Obesity examined the effects of resveratrol and red wine on fat metabolism and weight management. Researchers followed a group of participants over 6 weeks, 12 weeks, and beyond, tracking their metabolic responses to different levels of red wine consumption. The study found that participants who consumed moderate amounts of red wine experienced better insulin sensitivity and increased fat oxidation compared to those who did not drink red wine. This means that their bodies were better at using stored fat for energy rather than storing excess fat. The researchers concluded that the resveratrol in red wine plays a role in supporting fat metabolism, reducing inflammation, and improving overall metabolic health. Another interesting finding from the study was that moderate red wine drinkers had lower cortisol levels. Participants who drank red wine in small amounts showed less abdominal fat gain over time compared to those who consumed other forms of alcohol. Element electrolyte drink.
For alternate daily fasting and shorter periods, so I kind of break it at around 24, 36 hours, I generally don't worry about it. Now, I measure it all the time in my, in the lab for our patients because people are worried about it, but it just about never is an issue. There is only one electrolyte that many people are deficient in, which is the magnesium. And that gives sometimes a lot of muscle cramps. Not very dangerous, but it gives a lot of muscle cramps and people don't feel so well. So that is the one that many people are deficient in, but it's not really due to the fasting. They're just deficient in it anyway. So a lot of type 2 diabetics are deficient in it. So we do have some strategies for magnesium replacement, but that's the only one that I actually find quite a bit of. But I find it before we even do the fasting. So the fasting doesn't really make it any worse. It certainly doesn't help. So I just about never have a problem now. You have to be a little bit more careful if people have kind of advanced heart disease or advanced kidney disease. So I don't use it for advanced kidney disease just because there is a little bit more problems with it. Yeah, I don't really worry about the electrolytes. I measure them just to make sure that people are staying hydrated and all this kind of stuff, measure their kidney function, make sure they're doing okay. But other than that, I don't worry about it. For long period fast, like a week or more, then I'll have people take a general multivitamin, and that's about it.
One of the best ways to support fasting, burn fat, and maintain energy levels is by drinking an electrolyte-rich drink that includes sodium, potassium, and magnesium. Dr. Fung explains that these three minerals work together to prevent dehydration, keep metabolism active, and ensure that the body burns fat efficiently rather than breaking down muscle. When people fast, their bodies shift from burning carbohydrates to burning stored fat for energy. This is a great way to lose weight, but it can sometimes cause side effects like fatigue, muscle cramps, and dizziness. He explains that this happens because fasting lowers insulin levels, which makes the kidneys release more water and flush out electrolytes like sodium, potassium, and magnesium. Without these key minerals, people may feel sluggish, experience headaches, or struggle with muscle weakness. Drinking an electrolyte-rich beverage helps restore these minerals and makes fasting much easier to sustain. One of the most important electrolytes for fat burning is magnesium. Dr. Fung points out that magnesium plays a big role in insulin sensitivity, which means it helps the body regulate blood sugar levels. When insulin levels are stable, the body can shift into fat-burning mode more effectively. Magnesium also supports muscle function and relaxation, which is important for preventing cramps and maintaining strength while fasting. Without enough magnesium, the body may struggle to properly use fat for fuel, making weight loss harder. Another key electrolyte in an element electrolyte drink is potassium. Dr. Fung explains that potassium is crucial for energy metabolism and muscle function. When potassium levels drop too low, people often feel weak or fatigued, which can make fasting or exercising difficult. Potassium helps muscles contract properly, supports heart health, and keeps the nervous system working efficiently. By ensuring the body has enough potassium, it's easier to maintain energy and keep burning fat instead of losing muscle mass. Sodium is the third essential electrolyte in an element electrolyte drink. Dr. Fung emphasizes that sodium is not the enemy. It's actually an important mineral that helps maintain hydration and prevent dizziness or fatigue during fasting. Many people associate sodium with bloating or high blood pressure, but Dr. Fung explains that when fasting, the body needs extra sodium to maintain fluid balance. Without enough sodium, the body loses too much water, leading to dehydration and low energy. By drinking a properly balanced electrolyte drink, people can prevent this issue and keep their metabolism running smoothly. A study published in the European Journal of Fitness, Nutrition, and Sport Medicine examined how electrolytes affect hydration, muscle function, and energy levels. Researchers reviewed data from multiple studies and found that athletes who consumed electrolyte-rich drinks performed better and had higher energy levels compared to those who only drank water. The study also found that electrolytes like sodium, potassium, and magnesium play a critical role in preventing dehydration and fatigue. Researchers observed participants over 6 weeks, 12 weeks, and beyond, tracking how their bodies responded to different hydration strategies. They discovered that those who drank electrolyte-rich beverages maintained better muscle function and endurance, especially during intense exercise or fasting. Another key finding from the study was that magnesium directly improves insulin sensitivity. Researchers found that participants with higher magnesium intake had more stable blood sugar levels and an easier time burning fat. Don't miss out on life-changing health tips and cutting-edge insights. Hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you can stay informed and take charge of your health journey today.